turnover. Canberra strikes back.
Oh, my goodness. How great was that?
Finds an option cross-court. Wayrung pops up the three and jams it in.
They've got a fire from long range. Wickham missing. It's a miracle in the West. What a moment for this young team.
The WNBL is back in the West, and aren't the Perth Lynx ecstatic about that? On Monday night, the Lynx played their first game in front of their Perth home fans in 26 months, delivering an emphatic 104-79 victory over the Adelaide Lightning. 2 nights later, the Lynx returned to the same venue with the same top 4 stakes against the same opponent. But if you know Chris Lucas' side, they'll be fiercely determined to avenge that stunning loss. It's another mini-finals preview in the midst of a jam-packed round 14 in the WNBL. Hello and welcome to the Bendat Basketball Centre for this clash between the Lynx and the Adelaide Lightning. Ben Waterworth with you alongside 3-time WNBL champion Steph Blitzarves. Steph, great to have you alongside me for the call here, and looking forward to another top 4 clash as we head towards this the final series in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic especially because it's another finals matchup here. We're going to see a lot of, I think, maybe a bit of physicality, and I think both teams aren't going to want to lose this game.
That's some fantastic clashes with these two teams in the recent years. We'll talk about Marina Mabrey in a bit. That's a big story because she's back in the lineup for the Perth Lynx. But let's turn back a couple of nights to go to Monday night. We witnessed a really strong Perth outfit claim a 104-79 victory. They extended their lead in every quarter. It was essentially a perfect 4-quarter performance from the Perth Lynx, and it was a real statement victory over the Lightning.
Yeah, I think they got a little bit of a kick up the bum the previous game, and it was good to see them come out really fighting, knowing that they have to pick up their game coming into finals. You really want to get that momentum leading into it because there's not that many games left of the regular season.
That's right. In particular, it's been great in recent times to see Jackie Young really improve her output. So in the first 6 games of her WNBL season, she averaged 10 points and attempted 9 field goals per outing. In her last 5 games, though, Steph, she's averaged 25 points, attempted 19 field goals per outing. She's almost double her field goal attempts, and also added an extra 3 steals per game. So offensively and defensively, she's been a huge barometer for this Perth Lynx side.
She absolutely has been. She almost was just playing her role at the start of the season, trying to find out where she fits into this group. And now that she's realised that she had to step up with Mabrey being out, she's really just upped her game completely, and she knows that she can score and get some hands in there in defence as well.
The thing is, though, for the Perth Lynx, Mabrey is back tonight as we have a look at the Perth Lynx lineup for this clash against the Adelaide Lightning. Mabrey will play her first game since January, so she's missed essentially the past 4 games. The Lynx have had a fair bit of a break in between that time, but when she went down, she was essentially the MVP favourite at the time. She's the #1 point scorer in the competition, averaging 22 per game. Pretty handy inclusion off the bench tonight.
That you're completely right there. I mean, she was in MVP contention. She's missed those 4 games, and I think for Perth that's actually quite lucky for them because it could have been, with this condensed part of the season, could have been way worse. So it's nice that she's only missed 4, and it'll be good to see her back out on the court, even if it is coming off the bench.
It will be interesting to see how many minutes Marina Mabrey does play tonight. As we turn our attention to the Adelaide Lightning, it's a strong, solid, well set up roster, and particularly led by that starting 5 as well. What are the key things that you want to see from the Adelaide Lightning tonight, Steph, to try and bounce back from that Monday night loss?
Yeah, I think they just need to come out and do what they do well. They've got a solid starting 5 that play a lot of minutes. They do have some power coming off the bench, but the good thing about Adelaide is they have a lot of scoring power. It doesn't have to be just one person. And if you look across the board, you've got Talbot Smith, Warren, Williams and Shook, who all are powerhouses in their own right.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing Abby Werrung. Hopefully she's got a big game tonight for the Adelaide Lightning. There are your referees tonight. Mark Griss, Steve DeConza, Travis Stewart will be in charge of everything tonight And you've played a fair bit of your basketball career, Steph, under the tutelage of Chris Lucas. We know how much of a proud man he is. He's one of the most successful coaches in WNBL history. He'll be absolutely pumped up to see his side bounce back from Monday night's loss.
Yes, he definitely will. And I know Chris loves a win, but I think he hates a loss more.
Yeah.
So especially he'll be drumming into the girls how they need to start the game and coming out firing. So I'm glad that we'll be able to see that tonight.
Wednesday night hoops on KO Sports tonight. It's the Perth Lynx against the Adelaide Lightning. It's one of 6 games in 14 days that the Perth Lynx are currently involved in to finish this unbelievable 2022 campaign. It's a 2021/22 season, but all the games for Perth have been in 2022. But somehow they find themselves on top of the ladder, 8-3 tonight, playing the Adelaide Lightning, who are third. Great to have your company wherever you're watching on KO Sports for this top 4 clash in the WNBL between the Lynx and the Lightning. The sweep is also up for grabs tonight. The Lightning on the first game of the season, and in Perth, the second of the season. As we have a look at Werung now, trying to work her way inside. She's such a terrific driver in the lane, but Darcy Garbutt is a terrific blocker and gets a hand in there to give the Perth Lynx possession. Here is Jackie Young, averaging 25 points from her past 5 games, the most informed player in the WNBL. She stepped up her output, and she can't quite get the Lynx off to the ideal start. Williams kicks up the tempo. Talbot gets us underway at the Bendat Basketball Centre.
And Adelaide is so dangerous at that. That was just off a missed shot. They're sprinting the floor and getting that transition offense.
Garbutt for 3. She's the best 3-point shooter in the WNBL. She's off target. The Lightning, of course, is tonight as well, wearing their pride jumper as well. So the Lightning try to work their way inside, and a beautiful move as well from Kylie Shook to get her scoring underway.
It's nice to see the big girls putting the ball on the floor and getting to the rim.
196 centimetres, Kylie Shook. Great matchup with Lauren Scherf tonight. Looking forward to that. Here is Scherf, hoping for a cut. Whitcomb, beautiful pick and roll with Scherf. Good defence though from the Lightning. Scherf good enough to give. Well, she was about to give the Lynx a fresh 14, but she was just off target. And the Lightning off to a promising 4-love start here. Lauren Scherf missing a game with an ankle injury, but this is her second game back. Having a career best season, averaging the 14 points per game. Long range attempts, just off target. Scherf bringing down the rebound. Chibatoni is having the ball just then. She's got the start tonight as Mabry works her way back into minutes. Garbutt, this is the versatility, playing the low post there. And then Scherf, the versatility for 3. All nylon from Lauren Scherf. Garbutt playing low there, Scherf up high, and able to get it to go. But there is some terrific athleticism from the reigning MVP, Talbot.
Just the immediate response there from Adelaide. They're not giving Perth any time to really set up their defence.
Chibatoni hoping for a pick and roll here with Scherf. Scherf now backing down, fading away, and can't quite get that one to go. So some good defence early from the Adelaide Lightning, making it hard for the Lynx on offence. The best scoring team in the competition as Williams misfires with her 3-ball attempts. Young. It'll be fascinating to see how she plays when Mabry comes back onto the court, because she is stepping up in recent weeks and delivering big points just like that. Had her foot in the line rather, so just the 2-ball, but reduces the margin to 1. Werung, well off to, oh, well, it just swung back in nicely. Didn't look great off the hand, but Abby Werung, such a terrific 3-point shooter, gets it to go. Someone so young, such an experienced campaigner, Werung, as that is emphatically denied away. Chibatoni able to keep it alive though. Garbutt, Whitcomb for 3, gives the Lynx the lead.
What an exciting passage of play right there. Didn't know what was going to happen. We saw some blocks, some tip-ins, and a big 3 from Sammy Whitcomb.
correction. It's still 1 point down, the Lynx, but Wickham certainly lifting her output as Talbot, attempting the fadeaway, is fouled and will head to the line to shoot a couple. There's that rejection before, but well played by Chibatoni and Garvin to find Wickham. So you have a look at Steph Talbot, terrific form she's in, averaging the second most minutes in the WNBL at the moment. #1 assist player in the competition, ranked 5th for rebounds and steals. Having a terrific start to this game, Steph Talbot. Played at least 30 minutes in all 12 games she's played so far this season. Inside for Garvin, fading away, can't get that one to drop. Rebound for the Lightning. 5 rebounds to 3 in favour of Adelaide. Smith misfires. Great defence again from the Lightning, back out hard. Pass there was gutsy from Young. As Wickham is just off target from the corner. The captain, dare I say it, one of the best players in the country at the moment. Shook, Talbot, lobbing it back in. Beautiful pass for Shook underneath and gets it to go. Kylie Shook with 4 points. And Adelaide off to a 13-8 lead here. Chibatoni in the corner, Young ignores her. Garvin for Chibatoni. Got it by Shook here, back out for Garvin with a deep 3. And off target. Shook, Williams, driving hard inside, doing what she does best, but a nice hand in there from Eisenbarger. Smith there to follow up and put in the 2 though. And Adelaide with a very strong opening quarter performance to date. They lead 15-8 and Ryan Petrick calls a timeout.
And that was just nice to see Alana Smith just following up on that offensive board.
She's got 5 rebounds in 5 minutes of basketball. She's a promising start from Alana Smith, who's really having it. It's hard to think this is her first year in the WNBL. She's been all over the world, obviously, but ranked 6th in the league for points, 17 points per game, 3rd for blocks, 8th for rebounds. What an impact she's having for Chris Lucas' side, Steph.
Oh, she has, and it was almost, she was set to come and play and then obviously missed out with a foot injury, and then now it's nice to see her actually getting into the league so that the Australian people can actually see her get to play, because no one had really got to because she had been over in college for so long.
That's just listening to Ryan Petrick.
Way too sticky and you're not finding strong. Hence you're down 7.
Strong words from Ryan Petrick as well, who's under the tutelage of Andy Stewart for good 5 years, who could give out a serious spray when his team was down. Well, he didn't quite have the same venom there as the Stewart spray, but very experienced campaigner Ryan Petrick in WA basketball, and very experienced captain. Here's Marina Maybury. She's on the court. And what a pleasure it is and privilege it is to see her back. The #1 point scorer in the WNBL, averaging 22 per game. And welcome back. She's got the double team straight away. She comes on for Young, who takes a seat for Perth. Maybury back from a foot injury and straight away back on the scoreboard.
Looks like she missed being out there, had to get straight back into it straight away.
There wasn't a lot of certainty whether she would play this game in particular. But Ryan Petrick has decided to pull the trigger in the Adelaide, the Perth Lynx staff, as Smith continues her terrific start to this game. She's got 4 points and 5 boards. Wickham, deadly from that range. Maybury can't get the offensive rebound. Gandini was underneath, picking up the offensive board. There's some contact in there as well. Not much that Abby Werrung could have done in that situation.
We just see a nice little tip there from Maybury to tip it over to Gandini to get herself to the line for 2.
Had 6 points on Monday night. Emma Gandini was awarded the 2021 NBL 1 West Defensive Player of the Year. She averaged 3 steals per game. So really known for her defence, but having a really efficient season at the offensive end of the floor. She's 4 of 7 from three-point territory this season. Smith, Talbot, Smith, the two opals combining. Williams, Talbot, great ball movement. Talbot can't hit the three, and it's a strong rebound from Garvin. Whitcomb lobbing it in for Mabry, who's underneath the rack and denied, but follows it up. Can't get the left hand to go. Ollie Shook brings down the rebound. Long attempt. Just off target there from Marina Whittle, who's seeing some time on the floor early stages. From a Lynx player herself, Marina Whittle. Whitcomb for Garvin, beautiful footwork. Left hand finish, looked all right off the hand, but Whittle was able to bring down a defensive rebound. As Gandini might have been called for some contact. Chris Lucas would be pretty happy with his start, Steph?
Yeah, I think he would be really happy with the start. The Lightning are really passing the ball around freely. There's a lot of movement. They're getting it inside and outside and crashing the offensive board. So there's not much you can really complain about if you're a coach.
There's Mabry and Talbot. Gosh, what a matchup that's going to be for the next 30 minutes or so. Williams. Well, pass inside. Talbot draws 3. A 3-second violation there. Played by the Lynx to force the turnover. 17-12 lead here for the Adelaide Lightning. Sydney Whitcomb very vocal as she runs the point up the floor. Mabry slotting back into this lineup with aplomb. Beautiful crossover. That is what she does best. Welcome back to the WNBL, Marina Mabry.
She has not missed a beat. Steps straight back in.
I think that foot's all right. Here's Williams lobbing it up for 2. Nice response from the import. Kiana Williams. Mabry in her favourite territory. Can't get that one to go. Crowd lifting every time Mabry has the ball in hand. Williams for Smith. Knocks down the 3. Alana Smith with a big start to this game. 7 points and 6 boards for the Opal. Mabry for 3. Second time lucky. Marina Mabry, hot early. She's got 7.
This is what we like to see as spectators. Just a high-scoring, high-paced game.
Set there, Steph. Williams at the other end responds. And Adelaide responding to every Perth challenge at the moment. Garvin, Whitcomb, big guns out on the floor for the Lynx. Whitcomb for 3, off target. Talbot bringing down another rebound. 12 rebounds to 8 in favour of the Lightning. Pushing the boards well early stages. Williams, another floater, this time well off target. Final minute of this first quarter. As Mabry trying to continue her momentum, missed it, but Garden gives them a fresh 14, allows Mabry to hit another triple. She says, I'm back. Off the bench, she's already got 10 points. Entertaining start to this one, just like it was on Monday night. It was a high-scoring first quarter. The foul is called on the Lynx.
They've just given us a taste of what's to come for the rest of the game, and I'm excited.
Sammy Whitcomb, I think, enjoyed that 2 more than what Mabry did, but Mabry enjoyed this 3 more than anyone else out on the floor. Takes a well-deserved rest. Pretty handy return as well from Marina Mabry, who's probably going to be on limited minutes tonight, but just the thing, when she's hot, in a top 4 contest, it's going to be hard to pull her off the floor.
It is. It's going to be a big player management.
Yep. No shot clock. Young back on the floor So a straight swap once again for Young and Mabry. Can Perth just reel in that lead a little bit more before quarter time? Young guarded by 3. Good defense here from Adelaide. Can Young make something happen? She draws the contact. Much to the dismay of Smith and the Adelaide Lightning. Great game sense there from Jackie Young when not much was happening ahead of her.
She just used her smarts there and got into the body of Alana Smith and was able to get herself to the line.
80% free throw shooter this year. Jackie Young coming off 30 points at 67% from the field on Monday night to go with 7 rebs, 6 assists and 5 steals. Handy night at the office. 2 handy free throws just before quarter time. As this buzzer beater is off target. And that is an entertaining start to a top 4 clash in the West. It's the Lynx 22, the Lightning 24.
To everyone who said we're not strong enough, not fast enough, wrong. We're crossover queens, scoring buckets, taking names and hitting no-look threes. We fight for every ball. Until we dunk, hell yeah. When we roll onto the court with nothing to lose and everything to prove, you're in for a show. She got style, she got balls, she got belief, she got game.
Basketball is one of the most popular sports, not only in Australia, but around the world. And Aussie Hoops is basketball's national junior participation program, which introduces more than 100,000 kids to the sport every year. So to find out where your kids can start a lifelong enjoyment of basketball, visit the Aussie Hoops locator, which can be found at aussiehoops.basketball/find a program. Quarter time here at the Bendat Basketball Centre. It is the Adelaide Lightning holding a 24-22 lead over the Perth Lynx. Ben Waterworth with you alongside 3-time WNBL champion Steph Blitzarves. Steph, I think we might be in for a fun night.
I think we are. It's been fantastic to watch so far because it's been really fast-paced, high-scoring, high energy, and just that little bit of physicality. So if this is what we've got for the rest of the game, it's going to be an absolute showdown.
This is the kind of game where you were thrived in as well. Just pop on the outside, hit the threes.
I'm all about that.
Yes.
It's worth an extra point outside that 3-point line, so
I was well aware, yes.
don't need to go in there, don't need to go into the tall timber.
And the Perth at 4 of 10 from beyond the arc, early stages, so starting to find their range. 2 of 3. Marina Mabry, she's got 10 points in her return game as Young raises up and can't get the opening points of the quarter. Talbot, Shook, Whittle had a good look at the rack there, off target. There's that high octane energy that Steph was just talking about that these two sides tend to play with. Young, beautiful pass inside for Scherf. Great team basketball from the Lynx as they level up the scores.
And both teams have been really good at trying to get it into their bigs inside. And they've been making sure that they're catching it high, keeping it high. And then when the defense is sagging in, they're finding the open shooters. It's great to watch.
Chelsea Brook on the floor, involved in that pass around now is Shook. Far too much juice off the hook attempt there. Young, Scherf, Young. Scherf again. Trying to keep the ball movement flowing there, and the pass across to Clark, but it didn't come off. And Marina Whittle has got ample speed. She's fouled on her way to the rim, the former Perth Lynx player. Of course, Marina Whittle, game number 69 for her tonight. Second season with the Lightning, had 1 year with Bendigo and also 1 year with Perth. She actually really thrived under Andy Stewart a couple of years ago. As that shot from Shook is well short. Young goes to work on Talbot. Aggressive basketball, and it comes off as the Lynx take the lead. Whittle gutted by Garvin. That's great athleticism from Marina Whittle. The 3-on-3 talent on display there.
It was, and Marina Whittle is so strong. People don't talk about it enough.
Yep.
She gets in the gym, works really hard, and she just has that really strong base where she can use her legs and her body just to move people out the way.
Well, that 3-ball attempt, I think, can turn into an assist for Lauren Scherf as she found, in inverted commas, Emma Clark underneath the rack. She gets the 2 to go. Here's Abby Werung, one of the most exciting young players in the competition. When she's driving to the hoop, she's at her best. She's just missing with that left-hand attempt there. Young putting on a show. Nice to hand in there from Talbot and Whittle, forcing a tough shot and a turnover. I think there may have been the block officially given to Talbot. She's got 2 rejections already. One of the most best all-rounded players in the comp as Whittle just misses. Young, she's pulled up a little sore there on her right knee, you can see. Landing awkwardly. And she's going to come from the bench as Garvin hits the 3, but all eyes at the moment on Jackie Young, who pulled up really awkwardly on her right knee.
And that's never what you want to see. She stopped really, it almost...
Abruptly, wasn't it?
Abruptly, and went straight for the knee, and now she's just walked off the court. Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
She's going to try and get to her feet. She will be assessed. Looked, as you mentioned, Steph, abrupt and very innocuous. Sliding, yeah. Very unfortunate. Just sent her a drive so aggressively as well, and she's really picked up the tempo and the energy at the start of this quarter.
Oh, just that slide.
Hyperextension?
Yeah, we're hoping it's a hyperextension and nothing too serious. She can get checked out by the physios and tape it up. But she seems to be walking and hoping it's nothing too serious.
She's put a decent amount of weight on that leg, which is a good sign. But of course, she will be assessed, and whether she comes back out onto the court, we'll let you know as soon as we can. But in the meantime, the teams have taken a moment to take a timeout. And that came after Darcy Garvin hit that 3 as well. Perth been able to hit the lead as Jackie Young is assessed. Seeing that right knee now.
We're hoping that the sports tape can do its magic and fix her up. Because if it can't be fixed with sports tape, it can't be fixed.
Back underway, 31-26 lead for the Perth Lynx. Had a terrific start to this quarter. Talbot, Shook, a lot of hands in there, a lot of Perth Lynx uniforms as well, as Garvin and Scherf somehow keep it in play. Wickham, Garvin, Scherf, there's a hand in there, but terrific ball movement. It ends up with Clark, can't hit the 3. Chibatoni gives him a fresh 14 seconds, and she drew a foul. So nicely played by Alex Chibatoni.
That was some beautiful ball movement there from the Perth Lynx. Kick straight across, inside, outside, open 3. Just unfortunate it didn't go in, but beautiful ball movement.
Played a couple of seasons herself with the Adelaide Lightning, Alex Chibatoni, including when she was named WNBL Rookie of the Year all the way back in 2015-16. And Sammy Wickham, that was a beautiful looking shot off the hand. She misfires. Talbot looking ominous in the status of this one. Shot well short there. And the Lightning. Scherf. Get that one to go. Garvin for 3. Number 1 in the comp for 3-point percentage, but hasn't quite had it all her own way from deep so far. Clark was in a bit of a mismatch there underneath the rack against Smith. Foul is called. But the Lynx have taken the lead actually in the rebound count. Lauren Scherf and Darcy Garvin in particular have really lifted their output there, so the tables have turned somewhat off the glass. Smith hoping for a 1-2 there from Shook. Instead, Talbot puts up the three and knocks it down. What a joy it is to watch Steph Talbot at the moment in the prime of her career at 27. Getting better with every game she plays.
Just across the board in every aspect.
Scherf for three, open look, and she makes it count. And the Lynx have suddenly ballooned this lead out to 8 points. Lightning can't get the reply at the other end. And the momentum of this game after a hot Lightning start has totally flipped.
It just seems as though the game slowed down a little bit.
Yes. As Garvin had a really good look at a reverse there. Couldn't get it to go. And Scherf, though, comes up with the turnover. Forces the turnover, rather, as Whitcomb drives hard inside. They're really feeling it at the moment, the Lynx. As that attempt from Chibatoni is all oxygen. Smith gets that two to drop. Another Smith halfway through this second term. Having a really big game, the two opals, Smith and Talbot. Far more contributors at the moment for the Perth Lynx. No cross-court relation. As Whitcomb, beautiful crossover, lovely drive, emphatically denied, but before that, it was a foul.
And Sammy Whitcomb just has that really quick change of direction and first step, as we just see.
She's moving pretty well, no ice on the knee, so that's always a good sign. Particularly if a player's going to come back out. But of course, they will be taking no risks, especially considering the mad schedule that they've got the Perth Lynx in the coming time, Steph. The medical staff will not be wanting to take any unnecessary risks. No,
and player management at this part of the season is very, very important. So even if it is a hyperextension or something along those lines, I think the smart thing would to just rest her for the rest of the game and get it assessed properly throughout the week.
Sammy Whitcomb gets those 2 free throws to go, an 81% free throw shooter. Sammy Whitcomb. Werung back on the floor. It's the screen from Smith. Werung goes herself. Can't get that one to go. Mabry back on the floor as well. How exciting was her first quarter? Explosive with 10 points. Here's Alex Sharp. First look at her, and she knocks it down. Timeout called as well as Alex Sharp. The microwave comes on, makes an immediate impact, and the Lynx have extended their lead to 38-31 and don't look like they're slowing down anytime soon. No, they're really riding this momentum wave. It's almost as if the shooting is contagious. Yeah. Jackie Young still hovering around, looking very, very strong. I just have to mention, just going out to Marina Mabry, she only played 4 minutes in the first quarter and she hit 10 points, so that is the definition of a microwave. But from an Adelaide Lightning perspective, Chris Lucas, what do you think the message is here to his troops with 3 minutes 51 on the clock? I think Perth are moving the ball really well, so if Adelaide can maybe get a bit of, get their hands in the lane, get a bit of disruption and make it hard for Perth to be able to kick the ball around so easily, that might slow down their scoring output. Yep. And then down the other end, they're doing everything right. They're trying to get it inside. They're attacking the rim. They just have missed a couple that they were making in the first quarter. So although there is a bit of a gap, a bit of a lead, yeah, if they can just pick up their defense just a little bit, I think that this can turn around in an instant. Nice to see Jackie Young walking around. Yeah, maybe we might see her back out on the floor. It's a strong lead here for the Lynx and the Lightning. Inside Smith, beautiful ball movement again.
And that was a great pass in there. Absolutely fantastic recognition.
Garvin receives from Mabry. He's back out on the floor, but Garvin loses control and is deemed off Perth hands. She's been involved in everything so far, Alana Smith.
And just kicking herself here. She just lost the handles of the ball.
Just have to keep remembering, she's only 25 years of age. She's got a lot of great hoops in front of her.
And we've just finally started to get a taste of to see what she can do.
Yep. Been a regular member of the Opals lineup in recent times. Lately in Serbia. Great work there from Whitcomb and Mabry to Eisenbarger for three.
And that's the scout on Eisenbarger. She's deadly from the three-point line. Got to carry her hand.
She 5 of 7 in one game. There's a big miscommunication on offense there from the Lightning. Sharp, Mabry, Whitcomb, Garvin. Backing down here. Mismatch on Werrung. Good defense, though, from Werrung. And they forced a turnover, the Adelaide Lightning.
That was great defensive there. They knew they had the mismatch. Obviously on Abby Werrung with Darcy Garvin, and then across comes Brooke and just puts a hand up, creates the turnover.
And they capitalise at the other end of the floor. Williams wants it in the corner. Instead, Smith just drops it again. What a game she's playing. Alana Smith.
She's really found her touch in the key this game so far.
13.7 rebounds for Alana Smith. There's a foul is going to be called, I think, on Alex Sharp.
And we can just see that Darcy's a little bit frustrated. There's some shots that she would normally make that she's missed, and it's just chipping away at her a little bit today.
0 of 6 from inside the arc, 1 of 4 from outside the arc at the moment, Darcy Garvin. Just not falling for her. But it is falling for Alana Smith. Not on that occasion, though. Foul called on the Lightning. This Marina Mabry again involved in this contest. Garvin keeps on going to that shot. Still not dropping for her, though. It's a big falcon in the face there of Mabry. Still keeps the ball alive, though, at the offensive end of the floor. Fading away. Can't get that one to go. Simon's on the floor here for the Lightning as Williams is well off target, but Alana Smith with another board. Then turning around and knocking, oh, not quite knocking it down, looked right off the hand. This game so interestingly poised. Adelaide after a terrific start in this contest. The Lynx have really worked their way back into the game as Williams attempts a big three ball but can't get it to go. Lightning led by as much as 8 during the first quarter. And the Lynx led by as much as 8 themselves in this quarter. A seesawing battle. Mabry, what a crossover. Was fouled as she attempted to go towards the rack, and she'll head to the line for 2. Big fears there for Chelsea Brooks' ankles. They were about to break. But she kept upright and just conceded that Marina Mabry was too good.
One of those moments you go, do I try and take that extra step? No, I'm completely beaten. I'll just let her go.
So in Perth Lynx' first game against Adelaide on January 2, she had a monster game, Marina Mabry. She had 30 points in that game. Really announced herself as a star of not only this competition, but of world basketball. In her 5 out of her 7 games, she's had 22 or more points.
Not a bad record to be having.
Not a bad record at all. Oh, as Whittle keeps it in, but only as far as Whitcomb. And Mabry streaming forward. She wants that 2 more than anyone else on the floor. So after 2 missed free throws, Mabry comes back with a field goal to make up for it. Werung, Shook, alone for 3, can't get it to go. Williams attacked it aggressively and gets the offensive rebound and can't get the 2. Sharp, one of the really good rebounder. Brings it into the offensive end of the floor as Mabry looks at the shot clock and game clock differential of 3 seconds. And Abby Werung is in a precarious position here. Good defense though from Adelaide. Scherf, Eisenbarger, Sharp for 3, can't get it to go. Shook brings down the rebound. 3 seconds to shoot here. Williams, been a quiet first half, but from the car park, can't get that one to go. And at half-time of this seesawing top 4 contest, it's the Lynx 43, leading the Adelaide Lightning 35. Entertaining clash at the Bendat Basketball Centre. Terrific to have hoops back in the West. Great to have the Perth Lynx back in front of home fans, and good to see Jackie Young back up and walking as well. We might see her in the second half by the looks of things after a bit of a knee scare. As we have a look at some of the first half highlights in this game, Steph Blitzarves, where the ball movement of both teams has been a real trait.
It has, and we've seen both teams try and get the ball into the key, and then when they've been doubled or there's been sinking in from the defence, getting it out quickly and making extra passes along the 3, it's been fantastic to watch.
And Marina Mabry's just settled back into her MVP style form. She's missed the 4 games, but if she has a big finish, you know, she has a big sort of next 4 or 5 games, she's still going to be in that MVP conversation, you have to think, Steph.
Yeah, well, definitely the way that the MVP for the season is voted, it's a 3-2-1 sort of scenario, and if your team wins and you're doing well, there's no reason that she can't get the 3 votes.
Here are the numbers from the first half. Pretty even across the board, but you can see there that the Lynx have been really dominant from beyond the arc, and the Lightning, it just hasn't really clicked for them from beyond the arc at all so far in this game. 6 turnovers to 1 as well in favour of the Adelaide Lightning, which is why you see the Lynx with 5 steals to 1. So a bit for both coaches to think about at half-time. We'll take a short break here on KO Sports, and we'll come back with the second half in just a few moments. Welcome back to the Bendat Basketball Centre. It's the Perth Lynx and the Adelaide Lightning. Entertaining, high-energy, high-octane clash. It's the Lynx leading 43 to the Adelaide Lightning 35. Just before we start the third quarter, special shout-out here for Sporting, the official ball partner of the WNBL. Whether you want to be like Ezzy Magbegor or just be your best, Sporting believes everyone should have the opportunity to play basketball. So grab yourself a ball and get started today at spalding.com.au. Whether you want to be like Ezzy Magbegor or whether you want to be like Steph Blitzarves, hitting triples for fun from the car park. Ben Waterworth with you alongside three-time WNBL champ Steph Blitzarves. A lot of fun so far, Steph, this game between the Lynx and the Lightning. The Lightning trying to avenge that big loss that they had on Monday night. It just seems like at the moment the Lynx have got a few more contributors, a few more players that they can turn to compared to the Lightning.
Yeah, the Lightning started the game really up in the lanes, running, making sure that they're getting great transition, and then they almost died out a little. It just petered out a little bit, and it looks like Perth have just kind of ground back, and then great ball movement, getting open shots, and they've just edged their way in front. So hopefully we can see the start of the second half the same as the start of the game and see a lot of running and passing and looking ahead. So it's good to see Alex Chiabatoni getting her minutes starting today. No
Young or Mabry to start this third quarter. Just a reminder, Marina Mabry back out with the Perth Lynx after missing due to a foot injury for 4 games for the Lynx, as Talbot tries to get the scoring underway here for the Lightning, but is off target, and Scherf brings down another rebound. She's really lifted her game, Lauren Scherf, off the glass in that second term with 8 rebounds as Garvin misfires, just not dropping for Darcy Garvin in this game so far. Talbot lobbing in for Smith, who is playing one heck of a game. That is a tough shot, somehow gets it to drop.
She really used her body well there, just dipped her shoulder a little bit and managed to just power on through.
15 points, 9 rebounds for Smith so far, as the Lightning reduce the margin to 6. Scherf, this time with Smith in her face, gets to go on the fadeaway. What a delight to watch Smith and Scherf going at it in the post today. For the moment, it's Talbot. Kick it out. Werung. Use her athleticism, and with the left hand, she's missed a couple of layups tonight, Steph, but gets the toughest one to drop so far.
And that might get her going because, as you just said, she missed a couple of layups that we think are her bread and butter that she normally makes. So this might get her going in the second half.
Chiabatoni guarded by Williams. Chiabatoni steps up but can't get it to drop. Sharp with the rebound. And the Lynx have another 14 seconds to work with here. Whitcomb stepping back, the quick release. Gets it to drop. Sammy Whitcomb at her best.
So impressive. Such a quick release. And what do you do? Because Abby Warung had a high hand on that, and it almost just made her shot even higher.
That was a nice looking shot from Williams. Did all the hard work, but didn't quite have the angle right. Whitcomb, what a pass inside for Chiabatoni. A few party tricks from the Lynx. Early stages, and this lead has ballooned out to a game-high 11 points. Danger signs here for Adelaide. Want to try and keep their top 2 hopes alive as we tick towards the end of this regular WNBL season. Turnover. And the Lynx have started this third quarter in strong form. Garvin thought about the 3, went inside for the 2, and banks it in. And quite rightly, a timeout is called by Adelaide Lightning coach Chris Lucas, with his side now down by 13 points, and the Lynx sending a statement in this third quarter.
And it's nice to see them doing it in front of their home crowd because they missed out on that for the first half of their season. So being able to do that for their crowd and really show what they can do and get the crowd in and around them, it's going to be great for the people of Perth and basketball in the West.
It's a great little setup here at the Bendat Basketball Centre as well. Perth Lynx always put on a show, and whenever you go to a Perth Lynx game at Bendat as well, you're kind of always guaranteed a show because they just play this high-octane offence as well, as we listen in to Adelaide Lightning coach Chris Lucas.
Get them into the last 10 seconds. Stay together.
give his team a blast, does he ever, Chris Luke? He's normally pretty controlled and measured, Steph.
Yeah, it's more so the colour of his face changing is what gives away how he's feeling.
Yes. Chat with the referee there, but what a servant he's been. Two-time championship coach with the Fire. 15th WNBL season, 10th with Adelaide. And of his 14 seasons, he's made the playoffs 11 times. Terrific record. Smith loses control. Sharp. Wickham. Closely guarded by Smith. Garvin works her way into the lane. Can't get that fadeaway to go. Great hand in there from Sharp. Couldn't find Garvin. The Lightning can relaunch from their backcourt. Danger signs for the Lightning. The Lynx starting to find their rhythm and groove. They dropped 104 points on the Lightning 2 nights ago. The scary thing is they're doing this quite comfortably with Jackie Young and Mabry off the floor at the moment. Werung. Smith for 3. No luck there on the triple attempt. Milana Smith as Garvin hits the deck. Straight back to her feet. She's okay. Cipottone. Again, aggressive, trying to work her way into the lane. Lauren Scherf lifting her output. Wickham from the car park. If you don't mind, Sammy.
And if you're shooting like that, keep putting them up.
Terrific shot from Sammy Wickham. And the Perth Lynx running away with this one. 12-4 in this third quarter so far. Shook from the baseline. Gets the lucky roll. Much needed for the Adelaide Lightning. Reducing the margin back to 14 points. Sharp, Garvin, Wickham. Loses control, regathers, throws it away. She's such an exciting player to watch, Sammy Wickham. We all talk about that long-range game, which we saw about just beforehand, but the speed and ability to find her teammates, just exquisite. And you just sense from an Opal's perspective, Steph, that they're looking to her from a real leadership perspective from at the Opals now. 33 years of age, she's going to be a big part of the Opal setup for a number of years still.
Yeah, and she takes care of her body. She does all the right things, and she's playing some of her best basketball. So I think we're only going to see a lot more from Sammy in the coming years.
Cipottone, beautiful pick and roll there with Scherf, who gets that one to go. She's up to 12 points with 8 rebounds. Continuing her terrific 2022 campaign. Talbot, Williams. Werung was in the corner. That was ignored. Whistle on the play. Just hasn't quite worked for Kiana Williams tonight. Mind you, she set up her teammates. She's got a game-high 7 assists with 6 points. Ryan Petrick, you can see in the background, I'm too happy with the call. Talbot. Works her way into the perimeter. Outside for Williams. Werung for 3 from the corner. Just not dropping for Abby Werung either.
That was really nice ball movement there from Adelaide, and they just couldn't convert on the 3, but they did a great job at making Perth have to defend them. Can't get my words out.
That's a late night, Steph. Here's Wickham. She was trying to drive in with Smith and Werung there in the vicinity. I'm talking about Sammy Wickham being in terrific form. She was the Opal's #1 point scorer in the recent qualifying tournament in Serbia, averaging the 14 points, 44% field goal. Late last year, she led the Opals in the Asia Cup campaign. She was the captain at the All-Star 5, 18 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds she averaged in that tournament. She's stepping up on the big stage for her country. As we see Marina Whittle work her way back out on the floor. Gandini also out there for the Lynx. Wickham thought out the step back, went inside as well, and hit the floater. What a third quarter she is playing, Sammy Wickham. She's at the 13 points. Team high 13 points. Williams, not moving too quick on that occasion. They're really starting to, really trying to up the ante with their ball movement. Just a turnover there. Wickham, Eisenbarger. Can't get that one to go. She can do it from the outside, but showing she can do it on the inside as well.
Just getting those stats up. Missing the first one to get her own offensive board for the putback.
Long shot from Talbot, finally drops for Steph Talbot. She's into double figures as well. 11 points for Steph Talbot. As Wickham streamed into the lane there. Heart and mouth at one stage as she went in very aggressively and hit the floor hard. She's okay. As Shook backs down on Eisenbarger and banks that one in.
And this is a good opportunity here for Adelaide to use Shook inside because she has a mismatch with that bigger, stronger body.
Scherf taking a rest at the moment. Eisenbarger for sharp. Fadeaway is tough. Can't get it to drop. Talbot, Shook, Talbot, inside, Smith, sets herself, draws the contact, count the points, and she'll head to the line for an extra.
And that was a great catch there from Alana Smith. She really had to go right to the edge of her reach to catch it here and then just reel it in, went up strong.
She's such an exciting prospect for Australian basketball fans. What are you noticing that where she's been able to just improve her game throughout this season, Steph? What's really exciting for Aussie Hoops fans about Alana Smith at the moment?
I think she started off slowly this season and just worked her way into it. But down in the key, she's a lot stronger than she appears. She looks quite slight and quite long, but she's actually quite strong and uses her body well.
Here's Maybury back out on the floor. Garvin. Clark's in the corner. Gandini there as well. Gets to Clark eventually. And Whittle is called for the foul as Clark tried to drive baseline. Emma Clark, 21-year-old, in game number 22 in the WNBL tonight. Second season with the Lynx. From Perry Lakes. Well, that's a good sign that Jackie Young is not going to be out there tonight. And you'd sense that's precautionary because there's can't see any ice on. Camera angle is slightly interrupted there, but we think Jackie Young's okay, and that's just precautionary. Maybury, wrong step. Talbot there, great defense from Talbot. And as a travel is called, that's a huge win for Steph Talbot, showing why she's one of the best defensive players in the WNBL.
She did just a really good job at staying down, staying in front, getting her hands in to just disrupt it without overreaching. That's a great result there for Adelaide.
It's from the textbook. Kids at home wanting to play and work out how to play defence on the best guards in the comp. Just watch Steph Talbot there as Werung goes for the two, and we'll head to the charity stripe to shoot a couple. The Lightning just been able to reel in the Lynx of late as we have a look at Steph Talbot's numbers so far. It was a very even stat line that she has. 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, a couple of blocks as well.
And she's just very efficient.
So Abby Werung, 26 years of age. Can you believe she's playing her 142nd WNBL game tonight? She's been around for a long time and she's still only 26.
A lot of basketball yet to play. If she keeps playing at this rate and keeps playing well, she might be pushing Kelly Wilson.
Oh, good call. As Maybury attempts the three and is fouled. That will, let's say, coach killer. Chris Lucas won't be happy with that. Marina Maybury was shooting three. That was Talbot coming in with the hand.
Kept her hand up, knew what she'd done.
Yeah. That's foul number 3 as well for Steph Talbot. Clark, the only Lynx player in some foul trouble with 3 herself. Marina Mabry, what a delight it is to have her in the WNBL and back out certainly tonight. In the 41-year history of the WNBL, there's only been one import that's won the MVP award, and that was Kia Nurse a couple of years ago, who produced one heck of a 2019-20 season. I wonder if Marina Mabry will be pushing that at the moment, although Annalie Maley probably would be right up there as well. It's going to be interesting to see how the votes fall at the end of the season. Yeah,
it'd be really interesting to see.
So they're back to 12 points. The Lightning just even up the scoring in this third quarter. It's 20 points to 16. So the Lynx have scored at least 20 points in every quarter so far. 22 in the first, 21 in the second. Tough play from Whittle. Can't get that one to drop, but she gets her own offensive rebound. Smith thought about the quick release, but instead goes to Werrung. To Smith for 3. She knocks it down and is playing one heck of a basketball game.
And that 3 really pegs it back and makes it a gettable game, because it was ballooning out there for a while, but Adelaide have just kind of grounded out and hit some big shots.
Led by as much as 18, the Lynx, as Eisenbarger misses. Alana Smith is up to 20 points and 9 rebounds as the Lynx win the ball back. She's in some hot form.
And that was great pressure there from Gandini, just to make Abby Werrung fumble it a little bit.
Travel called. The turnover on Mabry, thanks to some terrific defence once again from the Adelaide Lightning. Anna Smith continuing her terrific game. Her season best was 26 points against the Townsville Fire. She's already got 20. We're not even at three-quarter time yet. Talbot. Oh, the defence just folded in the end. Talbot misses the 2, gets the offensive rebound, can't hit the follow-up either. Mabry, Chibatoni, Gandini underneath the rack, didn't go for her. Kicks it out for Eisenbarger, who again has the good look for 3, can't get it to go. Gandini comes up with a fresh 14 seconds for the Lynx. Mabry for Eisenbarger, tough shot, gets it to drop.
That was a beautiful finish there from Eisenbarger, just lent it right out there and finished off the finger roll.
Whittle, Smith on the baseline, misses. Brooke gets the rebound though. And the Lightning just hanging in there at the moment. Again, Smith is there to bring up the rebound. Talbot, Werrung has to hit this, does hit it. Big bucket for the Adelaide Lightning. Werrung comes up with the 3 to make it 8 points. Mabry on the buzzer, misses. That's a terrific fight back from the Adelaide Lightning. Perth led by as much as 18 during that third quarter, but as we turn for home, it's only an 8-point differential. The Lynx 65, the Lightning 57. In September, the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup is returning to Australian shores for the first time in 27 years. It'll feature 12 teams, including our own Aussie Opals, 144 of the world's best players and 38 games across 10 days. The FIBA Basketball Women's World Cup will deliver plenty of action for Aussie basketball fans. So to sign up for first access to tickets, head to womensworldcup.basketball for that terrific event that'll be held later in the year. It's three-quarter time at the Bendat Basketball Centre, and it is the Perth Lynx leading the Adelaide Lightning 65-57. This game is so interestingly poised. Steph Blitzarves ahead of the third quarter, and the Lightning have just been able to flip the script slightly and have got themselves within striking distance.
They have. They just did a really good job at pegging it back, making sure that Perth weren't getting in any easy shots, and they were crashing the boards hard, really following up on their offensive boards especially, and they've got themselves right back into this game.
And Alana Smith has already got her 6th double-double of the season, 20 points and 10 rebounds for the number 11 there of the Adelaide Lightning. She's got a big role to play in this final quarter as Whitcomb is back out on the floor for the Lynx. As Scherf loses control. And this is a big moment here for the Lightning. Can they get their third quarter off to a great start? Whittle hits the deck. There's some contact. Talbot and Whitcomb, Opal's teammates, cut as there's a foul called on the play. It's typical Marina Whittle, not holding back at all on the floor.
Absolutely not.
18 seconds on the shot clock here for the Lightning. Whittle for Smith. Fading away, and that was great defense from Sharp from the side there, blocking it away. And the Lynx get the ball back. Led by as much as 18 during that third quarter. The Lightning reduced that to 8. And another turnover from the Lynx on offense. Whittle, Talbot, Smith inside with authority, lays it in.
And we have a real game on our hands here.
This is a far cry from Monday night's game. The Lightning have turned things around. Sharp, Chibatoni, Scherf for 3. Can't get it to go. Lightning come up with a stop. A 6-point differential between these two sides. And Chris Lucas is up and about on the bench. Both teams really favouring the free ball tonight. As Werung puts up the mid-range 2. Can't get it to go. Look at the determination, though, of Smith. Wanted that ball more than anyone else. And Werung can't hit the 3, but Smith cops some contact. Sammy Whitcomb is called for the foul.
And Adelaide are really, like we spoke about at three-quarter time, are crashing the offensive board. So Perth really need to find a body because they're just outworking them at the minute.
22 points and 12 rebounds for Alana Smith. 4 of those rebounds offensive as well. Whitcomb has 3 fouls as well to her name. But then comes up with a steal. Big play there from Sammy Whitcomb. Garvin, Scherf, Chibatoni working around the perimeter here, the Perth Lynx. Scherf, Garvin, Whitcomb, Sharp in the corner. Terrific ball movement, not rewarded on the scoreboard. Talbot has 2 to beat. The step inside, terrific looking layup attempt from Talbot, but Garvin was there on defense.
And Adelaide have really picked up their defensive rotations because Perth are passing the ball around really well, great ball movement, but Adelaide are preempting it and getting there first. So there's no open shots for the Perth Lynx like there have been the rest of the game.
Still yet to score in this quarter, the Lynx. Smith hands it off for Talbot. Works her way into the perimeter. Gets the lucky roll. Back to within 4 points. Steph Talbot and Alana Smith have put this side on their backs. Trying to push the Adelaide Lightning, keep their top 2 hopes alive. Talbot takes her tally to 13 points for the night. Williams back out on the floor as well. Wickham works her way inside, kicking it out for Garvin. It was a look for three, and it just has not been Darcy Garvin's night from the field. 1 of 8 from inside the arc, 1 of 6 from outside it. As Alana Smith misses, gets the follow-up. No foul is called. It's still an Adelaide Lightning ball. Smith can't believe it. Running straight into the forearm of Lauren Scherf.
And Scherf did really well just to keep her hands up there.
Smith for 3. Can't get it to go. It may have been on that occasion. Sharp sees an opening, runs straight into an Adelaide Lightning wall. Whistle by the referee. Wickham inside for Sharp. Beautiful cut and the finish as well. Lynx finally hit the scoreboard in this quarter, Steph.
Good recognition there from Sharp just to cut straight to the basket when she saw the Adelaide movement.
Such an exciting player, Alex Sharp.
And we know she can hit big shots when it counts.
Smith, Williams just keeps it alive. 8 to shoot here. But Williams loses control. Another steal for Sammy Wickham. A couple of big defensive plays from the star.
We can just see the desperation with Sammy Wickham. She doesn't want to lose this game, and she's on the floor at any opportunity to get those balls.
Her 3rd steal of the game, Sammy Wickham. Chibatoni for 3. It's high, and it's all nylon. Timeout called after Alex Chibatoni hits the dagger. 70 to 61. A couple of buckets in a row from the Perth Lynx.
And Adelaide will be disappointed in that because they have done such a good job just to peg it back, and then they just give up a couple of shots like that one. We know that Alex Chibatoni can hit those shots. She has a really high arc, so you have to really run her off her line.
This is what the Adelaide Lightning, what they have ahead of them. Of course, they just a couple of nights ago to the Lynx, and then in 4 days' time, they take on the Melbourne Boomers, the Caps, and the Flyers. So if they are going to make the top 2, they've got to beat the Lynx tonight, then the Boomers and the Caps, 2 fellow top 4 teams. They're really going to earn it if they make that top 2.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because they're going to be really tough games, and especially coming into finals, you want to come in with momentum, so no one's going to be giving up easily.
Chris Lucas addressing his side. It's going to be a pretty young 5 players out on the floor. Eisenbarger, Chibatoni, Sharp, with Wickham and Garvin. So Brian Petrick entrusting some of his younger players. Try and see the Lynx home. They lead by 9, Perth, 70-61. Talbot, Werrung. Works her way inside, Talbot, falling well short. Smith, look at that. Terrific offensive rebound. Gives them a fresh 14 seconds, and Talbot makes the most of it with a tough left-hand finish.
She made that look easy. That was a difficult finish that she just made look effortless.
Wickham for 3. Smith the rebound. Monster games turning into for Alana Smith. Werrung for 3. Hits a big-time 3-ball. Abby Werrung stepping up for her side. She's got 13. Don't go anywhere. Less than 5 minutes remaining in this 4th quarter. Top 4 clash in the WNBL. Sharp, Chibatoni, can she hit another triple? She misfires. And this starting 5 now of the Lightning been entrusted with some big plays. Brooks out there though instead of Shook, interestingly. Smith, she can do no wrong. Timeout called. We've got a 2-point ball game with 4 minutes, 28 seconds on the clock.
And we knew this would be a good game, a good battle, and it is even better than we expected.
We are watching a star of Aussie hoops at her best tonight in Alana Smith. 24 and 17, 60% shooting. And now Ryan Petrick and his side have got a bit to think about, because they know when you look at this run home, it's going to be tough as well. If, not just necessarily the opposition, but also the amount of games that they have. Look at those 5 games there in until March 20th. We listen in.
After that, on a make, I want this to
Let's be extra loud. Get behind the girls. We've done this.
We're getting beat for us.
We want to hear you. 4 more minutes to go. Let's get behind the girls. Here we go.
And we see Marina Maybury coming back out onto the floor as well. Break glass in case of emergency. Bring back the player who lit up the first quarter with 10 points in 4 minutes. On limited minutes tonight, Marina Maybury. Played just the 11.5 minutes, but what an impact she's had in those minutes as well. But they really need to have an impact now, the Perth Lynx. Maybury gutted by Talbot. Scherf with Brooke there. Throws it to Whitcomb. Maybury one-on-one with Talbot. Look at the terrific defense from Steph Talbot. Talbot hits the deck. Maybury can't get it to go. And the Lynx come up with a fresh 14 seconds. No fouls called. Whitcomb, will she put up a shot from well beyond the arc? Works her way inside. Hits the 2. The captain with a captain's bucket.
And we can just see the desperation from both teams.
Brooke left alone, all by herself for 3. Back to a 1 point.
And you can't leave Chelsea Brooke open like that.
Now Scherf at the other end. Gets that one a drop. What a game of hoops we're watching from Bendat tonight. 2 top 4 quality sides going at it as Brooke can't quite hit another. That would have leveled up the scores. 3 minutes to go. Maybury hoping for Scherf. What defense from Talbot. A defensive masterclass from the MVP. Now Smith one-on-one with Garvin. Loses control. It's off Perth hands. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Steph Talbot once again showing why she's one of the most well-rounded players in the WNBL. A terrific all-round game from her again.
Just no nonsense getting things done.
Williams almost threw it away. Werung for Talbot with 6 to shoot. She's at the top of her game, Steph Talbot. She passes inside for Shook, who makes it a 2-point ball game. She's back out on the floor. And what a time to come onto the floor and make an impact.
And then straight up in the lanes, making it really hard for Scherf to even get the ball there.
Maybury can't hit the deep 3. Eisenbarger there with the offensive rebound. Chibatoni, tough catch. Whitcomb, big 3. Sammy Whitcomb comes up with a massive 3 ball with just over 2 minutes left in this game.
This has been a fantastic shooting display today. When someone needs a big bucket, they hit it, and it's just been so exciting to watch.
Sammy Whitcomb, 4 of 10 from three-point land tonight to 18 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals. And now the pressure back on Chris Lucas and the Adelaide Lightning. So we have a look at the numbers for Sammy Whitcomb. It has been a terrific night for her. having to step up as well without Jackie Young, who you can see just behind Wickham there. Reminder, she went off in the second quarter with a knee injury. Ruled out for the rest of the game. What do you want to see from the Lightning out of this timeout, Steph Bitsavs?
Well, they've been fantastic so far. I think defensively, just keep making it really tough for Perth to get shots off. And then when the shot goes up, box out.
Yep.
No more offensive boards. But they've been fantastic. Anytime they've really wanted to score, they've been able to because they're so powerful inside the keep. So that, yeah, they just need to keep going to what was working, and then their defense needs to be real lockdown defense.
So Lightning with the basketball, just over 2 minutes left. Williams for Talbot, for Shook. Wants a handoff for Williams. Good defense from the Lynx. They force a rush pass and a turnover. Sammy Wickham leading by example. Stop the handoff. And Shook throws it away. A costly turnover. That's 13 turnovers to 8 so far in this contest.
And so far, that's the difference in the game.
Still plenty of time left on the clock.
Here's that pressure defense.
Garvin, Chibatoni. Talbot there is not letting Mabry out of her sights. Scherf fading away, gets it to go. Lauren Scherf fading away, knocks it down. Talbot, Smith, been the player of the game so far, and then curses herself as she hits an oxygen ball.
It was the right shot to take. She was open, just didn't come off for her.
Wide open. Now, the Lynx in position A as Mabry hits a dagger.
It didn't even look like she had any space whatsoever. I don't know how she managed to even get that shot off.
And Talbot loses control, and the Perth Lynx right on top in this contest. 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining. And the dagger first from Whitcomb and then Mabry taking this game away. And finally, Perth Lynx fans seeing Marina Mabry in the flesh at Bendat for the first time this season, and they're being treated to a microwave masterclass as she takes a seat. Scherf also taking a seat as well. 9 points the margin now.
And a minute's still a really long time in this game, but they need to really try and rush Perth and make them speed up what they want to do. So they can't let them dribble the clock out and use the entire shot clock.
That's what Sammy Whitcomb's attempting to do here, the captain. Or hit a three instead. Can't get it to go. Everything now has to go right for the Lightning. Well, no foul call on Sharp. Whittle, Williams, steps back for three. Can't get it to go, falling short. Smith fouls. That is her third personal foul. As Sammy Whitcomb takes a seat, and Ryan Petrick will have a look at some bench players here. Coming onto the floor, Clinch Hoycard for the Lynx. Garvin also taking a seat as well. Hasn't quite been Darcy Garvin's night, just the 5 points. Struggled shooting wise, but gosh, she's been big off the glass. 8 rebounds for her side. Gandini can't hit the three. Mackenzie Clinch Hoycard though with a rebound to her stat line. Also on the floor, Taya Burrows. Having a look now, can she put the icing on the cake with her layup? She can! The 20-year-old comes onto the floor, and the Perth Lynx were given an almighty scare by the Adelaide Lightning. They didn't have it their own way, but the Perth Lynx, loving being back on their home floor, they defeat the Lightning 84-73. and firm up their place on top of the WNBL ladder. They're now 10-3, and the Adelaide Lightning are 9-6. And this top four in this competition just evens up that little bit more. And the Lynx, with a lot of games still to be played, now looking strong for that top two finish, Steph Blitzarves.
Yeah, they've been fantastic, and you just saw them keep a cool head at the end of the game, hit some big shots, and that was without their two imports. Minimal minutes from Mabry, and we saw Young go out with a knee injury, so everyone's stepping up. It's been fantastic to watch them play, especially on their home court.
Sammy Wickham with, you can see her dressing her side there with 18 points. A team high 18 points as well, including 4 of 11 from three-point territory. So there is the two imports there you just spoke of, Steph. Jackie Young and Marina Mabry. Young off with a knee injury in the second quarter, but good to see no ice on that knee as well. And Marina Mabry escaping with 17 points from 15 minutes. Pretty handy return from the star guard. As we have a look at some of the highlights from this game, beautiful shot with Sammy Wickham and family. And there were certainly no shortage of highlights tonight, Steph. It was a real fun game to call. Both teams making it fun. Just their ability to hit shots, find teammates in great positions was a joy to watch right throughout the night.
It was brilliant, and I think the final margin doesn't really reflect how close the game was for majority of it. I know there had been an 18-point margin at one point, but it got so close, and it was right in it right until the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, it was. It got it to within 2 points late in that game as well. But this is the ability of the Lynx as well, is that they can turn to Wickham to hit a three, then turn to Mabry to hit a three. It's one of their biggest strengths, and come finals time, it's going to be a real trait that they'll try and expose other teams with.
Yeah, and they're deadly because you give them the opportunity to make the three. If they have half a step or not even with a hand in their face, they can still make those big shots. So, and we just see Sammy there with her son, getting high fives from everyone. It's what we love to see.
So we have a look at some of the key numbers from this game as well. It was the Lynx with that 11-point victory in the end. Both teams very happy to put up the three ball tonight, particularly the Lynx, but that's their one wood, and they got it to go nicely tonight. Rebounds pretty even, but we did mention it a couple of times. The Lynx did tend to take better control with the basketball out on the floor tonight.
Yeah, just at the end of the game, we just saw a couple of costly turnovers from the Lightning, and that's really what cemented the win there for the Lynx. But if that wasn't the case, it would have been a much closer game.
And 14 turnovers to 8. That led to 10. Perth Lynx steals to 5. It's the Adelaide Lightning. That's what the sport is all about. Special moments like that. Getting in a three ball.
Starting him early. Working on that follow-through.
Terrific scenes, and that's how special it is as well, because Sammy's been on the road for so long as well. To do this on her home floor now would be pretty special, Steph.
Just to do it in front of friends and family that are the ones that make the sacrifices for the players to go and be a part of the WNBL and go and fulfill their dreams of playing professional basketball. It's nice for them to be able to just get to the games and see them in action.
He's got a bit of work to do on the jump shot, but I tell you what, he's got a pretty good coach in the same household as well to get that jump shot up and going, because we saw the best of Sammy Wickham's jump shot tonight. She was inspirational, 18 points in this victory by the Perth Lynx over the Adelaide Lightning. We hope you enjoyed the call wherever you're watching on KO Sports around the country. On behalf of Steph Blitzarves and the entire hard-working team, this is Ben Waterworth signing off from the Bendat Basketball Centre, where Perth cemented their spot on top of the WNBL ladder with an 84-73 win over the Adelaide Lightning. Good night.